Hi everyone, welcome to WIC channel. My name is Rifad. So this week's video is filmed in front of a waterfall to create a more zen feeling and everything. So it's kind of a great thing. But yeah, so let's jump into the video. So this video is in regards to Activision Q1 2020 earnings result. They released a press release and everything, and I was going through that, and I found there's certain stuff missing because I felt like they were not comparing year to year monthly active users. There was certain stuff that I think they did not add, which I like to kind of see. So I kind of broke it down into an Excel sheet. So I kind of have that also. We'll go through their response to right now their action plan of the global situation, highlight a couple of stuff on their business segments, what they're doing, and stuff like that. So before jumping into it, if you love this video, hit the thumbs up. That's great because that helps promote the channel and shows also you like this kind of videos and stuff like that. So it's very important. So kind of love that. So yeah, let's switch view. So you guys can see here, pretty much one of the big things that they had was they beat their outlook. So year over year, they did drop, and this was something we were expected going into 2020. This is something we were expecting to kind of have a less earnings than last year, but they beat the outlook, which was they were predicting like 1.6 billion. They came out with 1.7. EPS was also beat, and they raised their guidance for the outlook of 2020, which I will cover in the Excel sheet because I have it on there. So let's jump into a bit of their response right now to the global situation. Is that they're really helping employees, their family, their children, and the mental and their physical well-being of everyone, with like giving them access to remote doctors and stuff like that, and involved in communities. So this is, for me, tells a lot that they do care about their employees. They want the well-being of them, because whatever they do now is gonna really show and put a stamp into their business as per they do care about their employees. So it's kind of good. Also, I see that, and it's very good. I think that's something that really touches me because they don't consider the employees like waste and stuff like that. So it's very good. Let's go into one of the highlights in the business. I would say Activision stole the Q1 earnings is because of Call of Duty. Call of Duty was one of the most selling. The monthly users went up. They took up the place, I would say, Activision, and they had a lot of good highlights. When you talk a bit of Blizzard is mainly, when you talk about Blizzard, is like you have Overwatch League went to do stuff mostly remotely. Overwatch League is still continuing, but remotely. So it's kind of okay because with the business that they have, they are okay remotely because most people can tune in with Twitch and YouTube, so it's pretty good, and so it's not a big deal, I would say. So they're kind of okay. So that's kind of factors. And talking a bit of remotely, I just want to add on the employee situation. I forgot to mention is most of the employees come like you're saying, they're working remotely. They had a couple of issues just to adjust, but right now they adjusted, they said, and they are on their roadmap and trying to achieve all their goals set to release the contents and games and stuff like that in this coming year. So that's something that the CEO is very proud of, and even me, I'm proud of, because I think they're able to kind of adapt and still release good content to the world, because right now I think we do need. So yeah, so let's kind of switch into the Excel sheet. We have here the monthly active users. Monthly active users Q1 2019. Activision was 41. They more than doubled the monthly active users, and quarter over quarter, I would say it went less. And I think because usually December is kind of a good month for gaming, but still I think they were able to beat year over year, which is wonderful. Blizzard stayed the same. King went up by 1 million, and also up from Q4. That's also another great thing. And also booking. This is something very important. It went up year over year, and this is because booking is kind of like what the games they sell, like all the inbox, like loot box and stuff like that, all goes into net booking, and that's very important. That went up year over year. That is something wonderful. I think that's something that beat the street expectations also. When you go into the each segment, when you have their earnings, you can see here that Q1 2019 and here Q4 2019 and Q1 2020. You have Activision ending up with 519 million. Then you have Blizzard at 452 and King at 498. So you guys can see here that Q4 is hard to beat per se, because Q4 is usually the month that people do gifts and stuff like that. So that tends to be always a big success for games. But at least quarter over quarter, Blizzard and Activision did beat. But King dropped. I think for me, my reason I think King dropped is because King is mostly focused on mobile gaming, and nowadays, because since people are home, they're playing console and PC. And the mobile gaming, when you go with King, and people usually play when they're commuting and stuff like that. So I think that kind of drop, but it's okay, because that's a cool thing of having multiple segments, because they compensate for the loss of some segments. And I think this is just a short-term loss to kind of boost them afterwards. And also another thing that boosted really their earnings was the outlook. They increased it. Initially, they were kind of forecasting like 6.45 billion, but they said now we increased it to 6.9. That's an increase of 8%, and also beating from last year for 6.4. And also another thing they said was their gap. They kind of initially was like, hey, we're gonna hit like now we're gonna hit. Sorry, they're gonna hit now was $2.22 gap and $2.62 non-gap, which previously they said they were here around like $1.85 to $2.22 was the previous things they kind of mentioned. That is also an increase of 20%, 20% gap, and 18% non-gap increase outlook. So that's kind of another thing. And year over year, also an increase of 13%. So that's kind of another factor that which I kind of like and help boost the stock price, I would say. So yeah, so it kind of sums about it. Let's kind of revert back to the other view, to the beautiful waterfall. Let's go. Here we go. So what I want to say is, so my pretty much question after going through all of this, reading a couple of the news and stuff like that, do I think Activision Blizzard is a buy? Honestly, I don't know per se if I can recommend and stuff like that to buy or not. I do know that Activision Blizzard is in the right spot to kind of do grasp on the games. Me, honestly, I might think about, I'm not certain yet, but I might reduce my position, because I kind of already have a pretty good gain with them. So I might reduce my position to maybe put it somewhere else. But we'll see. I'm not, committed to it, I would say, because I do know that Blizzard is going to have a wonderful 2020. That is something it's easy to see, because people are playing more gaming. We can see the tendency already going up. And usually when Activision Blizzard, they like to kind of always, from what I see, they recently started to kind of put always a lower guidance and beat the guidance. So I think even their outlook increased, they increased it to a region that is pretty safe, and easily they can beat also, I think. So I think they're also going to beat the earnings. That is something I think what's going to happen. But I'm really optimistic of what they're doing. I think with the type of business that they have, they're still going to operate. They're still going to release content. It's really going to be exciting for 2020 for Activision Blizzard. I cannot exactly say if you feel comfortable buying it and stuff like that. I would just do your own research to determine a buy. Me on my person, I would say, you know what, if you're a shareholder like me, I would just pretty much hold. But even I'm saying this kind of stuff, don't always follow my recommendation. Just do your own research. But this is really exciting. I do see a wonderful year coming ahead. Like I said, for Activision Blizzard, with earnings beating and stuff like that, and a lot of good content coming up, because you will see that people working from home, at home, and stuff like this, and they have to get they play game, they get distracted and have fun. And I think they're in the right spot in the right time, and I think they're going to be able to profit out of this situation and come out of the top, I think. And also right now, how they're treating the employees, which is key, because if they treated the employees like I would say bad and stuff like that, even after this, they come out of this, they would be not well viewed. So I think with what you understand, they kind of treating them well. So I think coming out of this, they're gonna be okay. Then the support of the employees and everything, the communities, that's very important. So yeah, that's kind of sums it up for this video. You know what, if you have any comments, stuff like that, surely drop it down. I would love to hear from you. If you are new, please subscribe. That'd be great. It helps the channel grow. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Whoosh!